listen to YFM 107.9 Accra.
Okay, guys, here's a quick.
So we have picked a couple of stories. Let's start off with the first one, and I'm glad we're actually talking about this because I was fuming when I saw NYDJ post about this yesterday. I was following it up, and I was quite upset actually by this. So yeah, I'm glad we're talking about it. Ari Lennox says she wants to be dropped by her record label. Now, the R&B songstress has threatened to quit music after facing criticism on social media. She says, "I want to be dropped from the labels. I'm done and tired." She tweeted on Sunday. Now, earlier in the week, the Pressure singer did an interview with South African podcaster Mac G. And yes, you can say he definitely pushed her to that limits right there. Of course, he ended up asking a question about her sex life that Ari did not expect to be answering on the interview. While the interviewer suggested that he was referencing a lyric from one of her earliest songs, Pop, I read and it quotes. It says, "I just feel slow and ambushed and blindsided," is what Lennox tweeted after the interview was released. Now, she said, "Just because I happily and freely sing right about sex doesn't mean or don't make any kind of creepy disrespect warranted," is what she said. It says, "I clearly was in immense shock, as it was definitely apparent in the video if you haven't seen it, and hate that I didn't react differently." Now, she received backlash from some Twitter users who blamed her for bringing the question upon herself. She also said she was done doing interviews and vowed to never visit South Africa again. She said, "South Africa, y'all got it. Heard you loud and clear. This won't be a place I will ever visit," she wrote in a since deleted tweet. I actually share her sentiment, but for different reasons. Yeah, I mean, you see, you know what upset me, right? And Mr. Q, I know you have something to say about this. You know what upset me? What upset me is that over the past year, you know, I read lots of things on social media regarding presenters, you know, and obviously I read it because it has to do with what we do as a profession. And you have people, for instance, let me mention one name in particular because I've actually heard him say it, you know, in an interview. Someone like Firestick. You have like characters like that, you know, jumping on lives, Instagram lives and all that. And then they come up and they say, you know, all presenters do is ask people about who they're having sex with, and that's all they do. I find that very insulting because that means lots of people don't really listen to quality interviews. And this was a classic example of that, you know, of this interviewer going out to just ask a question that really, you know, some will say, okay, yeah, she you know, has songs that has to do with that. So he was kind of referencing, but to a majority extent, it was definitely inappropriate. What are your thoughts?
Oh, I feel the same way. I feel like some, you know, bad nuts in there just try to go for,
and they make us all look bad. They make us all look bad.
You know, unfortunately, that's what happens. And you know what's worse? I also saw NY, you know, talk about this. It's that it was a recorded podcast, so it could have actually been edited out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yet he went on to post it.
You know, with these things, they usually thrive off the controversy.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure he watched that and he's like, you know what? People are gonna talk about this, so because of that, I'll keep it.
I think that's what he was doing, honestly, and it's BS. I mean, you totally disregarded how, you know, she felt. Yeah.
And I was visibly upset because of how bad it reflects on us as presenters. It means that like somebody who doesn't really listen, who used that as a first time to listen to an interview, would just judge all presenters that way. Mr. Q, what do you have to say about it?
Oh, I'm looking at it differently because I've not had a chance to see the video itself, so I don't know exactly what went.
So let me give you.
I'm reacting. I want to react to her reaction.
Her reaction.
Yes.
Let me ask you a specific question then. Do you think it's extreme that Ari has taken the decision to stay off of interviews for good, and she wants to be dropped by her label, Dreamville. You think that's an extreme decision?
Yeah, I feel it's more of like the spur of the moment and heat of the moment. And now,
I actually agree with you because
with everything that's happening, she feels that's okay. This what's bringing all this, but I mean, if she takes her time and maybe
that's if that is the if it's her reason. Because I doubt it's an isolated incident. It could be, a series of things.
You're actually both right.
You're
actually both right.
Because I don't think she'll just up and say, what, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I mean, it might have taken her a while to get where she is. So it might not be just this. It might be a whole.
It's been coming.
Exactly.
It's been coming.
A whole, lots of other issues.
This just really pushed her to the wall.
Yeah.
Really. But Mr. Q, so. I agree with you. Let me just quickly put in there before you chip in. I agree with you because as an artist, I don't feel like she laying off interviews is really great for her as an artist. One, but I can also understand that because, like Na is saying, it's been a culmination of a lot of things, and she's feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
Basically, she's feeling the pressure, so she needs somebody from the label.
She looks like someone who feels the pressure easily.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All the more reason why I totally support it.
Yeah.
If this is good for her, her mental health. If it is, I'm totally. And she's not granting interviews. I don't see the big deal. I mean, Michael Jackson hardly, granted interviews.
No, but that's Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and this is Ari Lennox.
I like that.
As in, see, so long as she puts the work in, we're the ones going to be chasing her for those interviews. Like, she wouldn't need to come on any interview to get her work, to get her work. She can go independent. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a bit difficult. And also,
but it's been done before.
It has, but then I understand Mr. Q because Dreamville. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend. Like I know what happens in Dreamville. I'm not there. I'm not gonna pretend. But J. Cole, from a large, majority of people who work with around Dreamville, have described it as very dope record label. One of the very few record labels that actually, care about their artists and all that. So I feel like if she has an issue, it is not something that can't be solved by their record label, and maybe they structure her interviews and her appearances, screen questions or something to help her out. I feel like it's that type of record label.
Surprised those questions were no screen. Like,
no, but then you also have to I don't know if the label was the one who set up the interview. Sometimes it looks
again,
like
it just might be. It might be because I don't think she'll take a swipe at the label if it wasn't. And secondly, what maybe suggested that the label might have knowledge of it is the fact that she said she wished she had reacted differently, and you could see through the interview, you could see that the moment she was asked the question, like, she paused for a second and then she reacted in a very professional way rather than going off in a personal way, and she wished she had gone off in a personal way. So you could see that she didn't really want to disgrace her record label by her reaction, and she regretted her reaction.
Oh well, I think
whatever she decides
you also have to you also have to look at it that it's a podcast,
right?
Podcasts are kind of like known to go off the charts, like.
But still, somebody was in.
No, that's no excuse. It was still an interview. It doesn't matter the medium. No, and she specifically said that she doesn't find the question tasteful, that she didn't like it. So why then not edit it out? Why would you still release it?
No, but now I agree with Mr. Q for this reason, right?
Sometimes the podcast, like, it's
and what they're saying, she brought that question onto herself. That's just BS.
No, that's just trolls. Those are just trolls.
Yeah,
those are just trolls.
My point is, what I'm trying to look at is that sometimes when you are going on a podcast, the podcast is made in a certain,
and I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like it's to create controversy or to, ask.
So you're saying she should have known that.
No, I'm not saying.
Not her per se though. Probably somebody on her team. And this is why I say that. Somebody on her team didn't do their homework. Because if they did their homework, they would know the type of person who was interviewing her. And per what honestly, that was my first time knowing who Mac G was yesterday.
That was a goal.
And by finding out more, I realized that he actually interviewed Kwame Eugene and asked him a very inappropriate question as well. which had to do with sex and which had to do with him, sleeping with his boss's sister. It was like impromptu, and it was really awkward, and it was off. He was asking him about, Angela and who it was about, and Kwame Eugene was explaining, and after that, he just jumped into like a very, very awkward zone there. So, I feel like somebody on the team didn't do their homework. Yeah. If they had done their homework, they'd know who was talking to her and probably maybe even cancel the interview before it was done.
Well, sometimes it's more or less like, okay, what's the hottest thing happening now? Okay, so that's maybe looking at the numbers where people listen to. Okay, this podcast guy, the guy.
Right.
So they still didn't do
numbers, huh?
Yeah, so it's more like
anyway, I'm sorry she has to go through that.
And try and, leverage the situation.
Interesting.
But unfortunately, she didn't.
Yeah, she doesn't roll like that.
Well, interesting. Well, we're moving from that. We have a couple of Kanye West stories, though. Julia Fox insists she's not dating Kanye West for money. And she says, honey, I've dated billionaires before. That's with an S. That's plural. Now, on the latest episode of her Forbidden Fruits podcast. What a name, man. I've been sitting there trying to come up with a name for a podcast, and I still don't have one. Forbidden Fruits Podcast. Interesting. Julia Fox shut down speculation that she's dating Kanye West for fame, clout, and money. Now, it's funny because I'm getting all of this attention, and I really couldn't care, is what she explained. She said people are like, oh, you're only in it for the fame. You're in it for the clout. You're in it for the money. Honey, I've dated billionaires my entire adult life. Let's keep it real. The actress added, when I was younger, I was such an attention seeker. Like climb on the top of the bar. It was always eyes on me. I had to get on stage at a concert. I had to make everything about me, every situation about me. And as I got older and did work on myself, now I don't really need it or care for it or think about it. Actually, I don't really read any of the headlines or even see them. I just don't really care. Now, do you think she has a point there? Probably.
Okay, so here's the thing. Based on her, experience, yes, in the past, blah blah.
I think
blah.
that's the word you're looking for.
Yeah, actually, wouldn't be surprised if it was for clout. You understand? Probably in the beginning, and there's nothing wrong with it. Seriously,
Clout.
I wouldn't be surprised if she went in, with the other, what do you call it? Motives, ideas, or whatever.
Right.
And I'm not gonna fault her. Charlie, a hustle. She's been doing billionaires all over. So Kanye is very attractive, to her. So that's okay. Who knows? Maybe her intentions have changed now, But whatever it is, I still don't see whether she's in it for the clouds or not. I really don't see what the problem is. Like it's their lives,
Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
I see those saying when they get, they money. Won't be there. Really, are you trying to tell me, say, if Kanye came for them right now, they won't say pion? Even the guys might say pion. Even the guys might say pion.
There are some guys who want to date Kanye, eh?
Of course.
Wow. Okay. I see you.
See, Julia can say whatever she wants to say to try and defend
it's still for clout.
She's still the one dating Kanye, so
dated Kanye before.
Right.
Or has not dated a Kanye before.
Right.
So she can she can say whatever she wants to say.
Yeah.
Kanye is Kanye.
Yeah, well, he's coming with a lot of baggage.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna leave it at that because
she's enjoying the attention.
Definitely.
Well, she said she likes the attention, but
so
you see. So it's all the more reason why the person would even be attractive to you, because you know what it might come with.
Right.
I personally think it's a contract.
It just might be. Stranger things have happened.
Because I was wondering how Kanye would go from wanting to go back to Kim to now there's Julia. Like, what's up?
No, but you guys, have you guys noticed something? When Kanye and Kim split, Kanye found him like a Kim. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Like he found like the exact same body type, the exact same type of woman.
They're twinning and all.
Maybe not personality, but the looks are kind of the same. Yesterday, and we're looking at the game right now, Nigeria took a big L. And lots of them were actually more afraid of Ghanaians trolling them than rather getting out of the competition. It was insane. It was a madness on social media. And to add, insults to injury, Shatta Wale was trending in Nigeria because apparently his music has infiltrated the system to the point where lots of people are saying we must study Shatta Wale because Shatta Wale has been onto something. Not only did he shake the entire nation, he's managed to put himself in their market. Now, of all the L's that Nigeria took yesterday, there's some good news today. So if you're the Nigerian and you're listening to me today, I'm not here to, bag on you and add more L's to your already list of L's. I'm here to add some wins to that column, all right?
Much needed.
Davido and Wizkid buried the hatchet, it looks like. Now, the two Nigerian musicians finally put their indifferences, of course, aside. And, they wrapped it up with a warm hug in a club on Saturday. It was such a heartwarming embrace. Now, we're also definitely in high alert and expectation for music to come. Whether or not it's going to come depends on them entirely. Mr. Q, do you think in 2022 we're going to get a Davido Wizkid collaboration?
Nope.
We already have a Burna Boy Wizkid collaboration.
I don't think we'll get it.
Well, we never thought we'd get a Wizkid Burna. We have one.
Oh, two, actually.
We have two.
Yeah.
So this may be the year of Davido
I don't think
and Wizkid.
Well, yeah, it could happen. I'm not looking.
Nah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it.
You're not looking forward
just
to it.
being hopeful.
But
Nah.
I mean, stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened.
It's not. It's for me. If it happens, it's not going to be a big deal.
See, so y'all are saying what I'm saying is just you're being nicer. I'm saying no. You're saying stranger things.
Both of them.
Well, I actually have a question. I actually have a question. Mr. Q, this is the question to you. I actually have a question to you. Now, like I said, we never thought we'd ever get a Burna Boy Wizkid collaboration because even though they didn't directly beef, there was a indirect beef that involved three people. That's Burna Boy, Wizkid, and Davido, which was brought about by Davido acknowledging him and Wizkid as two of the greatest in Africa, and Burna Boy did not take too lightly to that. So Wizkid was sort of roped into a beef that he had nothing to do with and was never involved in. By the end of the day, we ended up having a Burna Boy and a Wizkid collaboration. Now, do you like that collaboration? Do you think they did it justice, or do you think we expected the Ballon d'Or?
I love Ballon d'Or.
You love Ballon d'Or.
I don't know.
What's the second one? I haven't heard the second one. Ginger.
Yeah,
I have not heard that one.
You've heard it. You just
Now loves it.
You just don't know that.
Oh yeah.
You don't know that's a song.
Okay. Okay.
But it's,
So was it worth it? Was it worth it?
yeah,
The collaboration.
I love both of them.
Interesting. Then that means that the Davido Wizkid one will also maybe
You can be hopeful.
will also
That's
maybe
okay.
be
I
good.
know.
No?
I'm not crazy about
I know it
like
will be.
Wizkid Davido, like it's going to break.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think it will. I think it will.
No.
be really
Yeah, it will
good.
make. But
But
I
don't
don't
know if-
feel it's not something I'm looking forward to.
I don't think 2022 is the year though.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
That
maybe
is-
when they lose their president or something. I don't know.
Maybe. Well,
I don't think
Well.
2022 will be the year.
maybe we'll see. We'll see. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 3 stories that are making the headlines. So if you're Nigerian, that's good news. I mean, you're out of the AFCON, but you have Davido and Wizkid.
Is it good? Is it good news? Is it good news for the fans who have blocked each other and? Yeah.
See the AFCON. See the AFCON aftermath yesterday. Hey, but Ghanaians, you're horrible people. I swear.
Oh, we love them. We still love them. You know what they did to us?
Like y'all.
You know what they did to us?
Y'all are mean, man. Y'all are mean.
But you see, but that's what happens between siblings.
Yeah.
Come on, like if
I think Ghanaians were just retweeting what Nigeria did to Ghanaians.
yeah.
It was insane,
I
man.
feel like it just goes to show how close we really are. It's all love. Yes.
Yeah, it looks like
keep post.
the Ghana Nigeria love affair is going to continue on and on and on.
Yeah.